Hi, I'm Faith, and this video is going to show how to do double hammock tied at shoulder with the baby starting out centered on your wrap. We are using a woven wrap here, and I'm also going to show you how to do a knotless finish at the end. So I'm going to use the hip scoot to get the baby on my back. Obviously, I'm using a doll for this video, and right now I have the wrap centered on his back, and when I hip scoot, I like to take the tail that's in back and bring it over my opposite shoulder, so it's one less thing to do later. So I'll go ahead and hip scoot him around and get him up nice and high on my back so the wrap is still centered on him. One side over my shoulder and one side under my arm in a rebozo pass. The first thing I do in any back carry is to get the top rail nice and snug and then pin it under my chin. And I'll go ahead and make my seat, reaching between his legs, pulling the fabric down and taut, and then tucking it up between our bodies so that the bottom rail extends all the way to the back of his knees, bringing his knees higher than his bottom. Then I'm going to come back to the front, gather up my tails, and the one coming over my shoulder I'm going to pin between my knees to maintain the tension, and then the one coming under my arm I'm going to bring across my chest to make my double hammock chest pass. I like to spread it just over my breast, but you can start it down your whole torso if you want, and you can strand tighten here if you want to get it nice and snug. I'm going to bring it to the back, pass the top rail to my opposite hand, and spread it as well as I can over the baby. Again, you can strand by strand if you want, and you want to make sure that the bottom rail goes to just the back of the knees. And then here, I'll do the L pull to get it nice and snug. And then I'm going to bring it over my opposite shoulder, and I like to do so strand by strand to make sure I don't lose my tension. So now I have a long tail, really long one, and a short one. So the short one, if it's long enough, you can pin between your knees. More likely though, you'll need to pin it under your chin. And then the really long one, we're going to take under the arm to the back and keep it bunched. We're going to go right behind the knees, over both legs, just behind the knees, pinning the bottom of the hammocks into place. And then come under the arm to the front, where here we can tie at shoulder. So first I'll show a slip knot, and then I'll undo that and show you the knotless finish. So to do the slip knot, the one coming from underneath is outside, come over, and then up and through towards my opposite shoulder, or towards my same side shoulder rather. So first, that's the half knot. You can do a regular knot here if you prefer, but for the slip knot you come straight down, under, and then I got my hand here in this loop and pull it right through the loop. So there's my slip knot to do the tied at shoulder way. If you prefer the knotless finish, you can go ahead, and the first step is actually the same. We tie the half knot the same way. So coming from the outside, we come over and then up diagonally towards the shoulder. And then for the knotless, we would then drop this one, let it hang, and this one comes across, same way, over and then up and through diagonally. And then you just let it hang. And when you do the knotless, you can sort of bounce and tighten if you want. I like to tuck it back into my work straps just to get them out of the way, but you don't have to do that. And then to make it really comfortable, you can sort of spread it out so it's not diggy at the chest. And there we have it. This is double hammock tied at shoulder, or with the knotless finish, starting with your baby centered on the wrap. Thank you.